The Friday lunch rush at Sunnyside Diner was relentless. Plates clanked, coffee cups were refilled nonstop, and the kitchen hummed with constant activity. Emily Carter, a 26-year-old waitress with weariness in her eyes but a genuine smile, weaved skillfully among the crowded tables, expertly balancing trays. Emily wasn't just delivering food. She was balancing the challenges of her life. Her mother was fighting cancer, and Emily took on double shifts to pay medical expenses and their modest Brooklyn apartment's rent. Yet if you met her, you wouldn't guess the burden she carried. She showed kindness to every customer, regardless of their attitude or haste. That afternoon, a solitary man entered the diner. His attire was simple, jeans and a flannel shirt, and his hair looked disheveled as if he'd been caught in a passing rainstorm. He chose a booth tucked away in the corner, away from the usual noise. The weariness in his eyes wasn't just physical fatigue. It seemed like the weight of the world rested heavily on him. Emily approached, offering her usual gentle warmth. "Tough day?" she inquired softly, placing a glass of water on his table. The man returned a faint but grateful smile. "Yeah, something like that." He ordered only a black coffee. Hours went by, and Emily noticed he hadn't touched his drink. Instead, he gazed out the window. Occasionally, his eyes drifted down to his worn shoes or the bustling street beyond. Emily's heart ached. She recognized the signs, someone down on their luck, lost in their thoughts, possibly on the brink of surrender. Quietly, she added a bowl of soup and half a sandwich to his order, covering the cost with her own tips. "On the house," she said softly when he hesitated to accept. Tears shimmered in his eyes. He nodded his gratitude and ate quietly. However, Rick, the diner's manager, had been observing. Rick was the type of boss who valued profits over people. As soon as the man left, Rick confronted Emily. "Do you think this is a charity? That's company property. You just gave away." Emily's voice trembled as she tried to explain. He looked like he needed help. "It was just a sandwich. You're finished here. Clean out your locker. I don't want soft-hearted employees costing me money." Her cheeks flushed as customers watched. She left her apron on the counter and walked out, heartbroken but confident she had done what was right. Days turned into a week. Emily submitted job applications but faced rejection after rejection. Bills piled up, and her mother's treatments couldn't be postponed. One morning, a knock came at her door. Emily opened it to find the same man from the diner, but now he was dressed in a sharp, tailored suit. "Miss Carter," he said with a kind smile. "I'm Andrew Sterling, CEO of Sterling Hospitality Group." That day in the diner, I wasn't having a bad day. I was assessing the staff's service and spirit prior to acquiring the franchise. Emily blinked in surprise. "I was undercover to observe how employees treated people they thought weren't important or going unnoticed. You didn't just pass the test. You reminded me what true humanity looks like. Hospitality is about kindness, humanity, and selflessness. By the way, Rick is no longer with us. I'd like to offer you a position managing a new location with full benefits. How is your mother doing?" Tears flowed down Emily's face, this time from relief and joy. Her simple act of kindness had transformed her life. She accepted the job, and within a year, the diner she managed became one of the city's most beloved spots, cherished not only for the food but for the warmth Emily infused in every detail. Andrew Sterling often returned to that diner, sitting in the same booth, reminded that the smallest acts of kindness can lead to the greatest changes. Never underestimate kindness. The world may not reward it immediately, but compassion has a way of returning when least expected, often in the most life-altering ways. Tell us your city in the comments below and share your story. Remember, success is the best revenge against those who underestimate you. If this story inspired you, hit that like button and subscribe for more stories of triumph over discrimination. And always remember, never judge someone by their appearance, because the person you rate